Hello and welcome to the Guilty Gear Strive Team League Finals. This is 9Moons versus Gates of Heaven. I'm MTCC and I'm with Salty Boy casting today.
Hello. Thank you for having me, Aegis Esports, and pleasure commentating with you again, MTCC. This is the second week we've commentated after the playoffs, but this will be the last one for now, at least, as this is the finals, as you just said. Would you care to explain how the format works again for those people who, maybe forgot or haven't seen anything up until now?
Yep, so it's a 3v3 tournament. You play 2 series of 3 sets with a sudden death at the end for ties. The first set is worth 1 point, the second set is worth 2 points, and the third set is worth 3 points. But looks like that's all the rules we have time for as we're going right into it. We have our second game, actually, because players are a little late. We have Rat versus Macmens here for the 2-point set.
Well, we're getting right into it. I see these players are ready to brawl, just playing safe, neutral at the moment, but Macmens pushing the advantage. Oh no, gets counter hit. That is going to be huge for Rat.
Yeah, early burst here from Macmens, but not wanting to get put into this blender here. And a nice hit there. Rat holding onto that burst still. This is a lot of damage on this combo, though. And now Rat stuck in this corner.
Yeah, but Macmens has no meter, so it's going to be a lot of trouble trying to keep Rat down, just as we're seeing right now, as Rat gets a TK Bad Moon RC extension. This will break the wall and put Rat into positive bonus, which is going to be really, really big, because now they can just keep running this offense and keep snowballing. The Bad Moon missing, but the throw, shimmy, and Rat takes that very first round.
Yeah, that was was a little iffy there for Rat after that wall break, but they managed to convert it in a huge start with that Capel here, sending Macmens straight through the wall with this blue Wild Assault.
Stealing some bursts too, so can run their offense a little bit easier at the very start of this area shift.
And another wall break here for Rat. Full meter, positive bonus. This is looking like a wrap here for Macmens. There's that TK Bad Moon. It's so hard to block, and this looks like it's going to be it. Rat taking the first game.
Wow, yeah, exactly. With a perfect already setting the pace, setting the tone for what we're going to be seeing right now. 9Moons coming in strong, but this is a first to 3 set, so keep that in mind. Macmens still has some time to turn this all the way around. Macmens is a super strong player, as we've been seeing. If you watch the playoffs, you see how Macmens was just completely dominating in so many of the sets he played. So definitely don't count Macmens out just yet. This is just the first game.
Yeah, and having these 3 games means there's a lot of time to adapt to stuff, and that's one thing Milia has problems with, is dealing with adaptations to your mix. So you have to keep coming up with new stuff.
That is true. Milia, super fast character. So even if you do know what's coming, sometimes you're just not fast enough to counter all of these options. But Macmens, what a nice back throw, putting Rat straight into the corner, ending the combo a little early, it seems. Maybe scared of that burst, but now Rat not going to burst this one, because they know that if they do that, they're not going to get any burst in the second round.
Yeah, a huge round there for Macmens. Very commanding. It just shows what Anji can do when he's not getting mixed. And another wall break here. This is that last second burst here from Rat, managing to get it back after the Wild Assault. And Macmens gets comboed now, and this goes for a reset. Macmens getting the blue RC, but still counter hit and put into this corner here.
Nice block on the Bad Moon. That is punishable if you are able to block it. Keep that in mind. Even if it is hard to block, it is punishable if you manage to guess it correctly. But no, Macmens was not able to guess it correctly that time. Teching the throw, but that is to no avail, as Rat is going to take that round, evening it up here. Macmens does have burst, though, recharged at the final moment, so they can make something happen in this early game.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of counter hits here on Rat's end. Macmens is trying to mash out. Huge 6P hitting behind them, and straight through the wall with this super here. Macmens is going to have positive bonus, and with full burst, that's going to be a lot of Wild Assault. But it's going to take some time for that meter to get caught up.
Yeah, for sure. Already spending Wild Assault, going for the overhead, the big counter hit, and draining that, not letting Rat have any burst, finishing it off quickly. And now we are even up. Macmens coming in strong, adapting to how Rat plays.
Yeah, Macmens coming in with a huge game 2 there. Even though they did lose a round, those 2 rounds they won were so commanding. Rat barely got a chance to play. And let's, hopefully for Macmens, we'll see more of that this game, but not hopefully for Rat.
Well, we will see as we are getting into the third game. Both players even up, but who is going to break that tie? We will see. Already off to a really nice combo for Rat. Macmens already bursting, wanting none of that.
Now back to neutral here, just out of each other's ranges, but Rat with this burst means they're going to have a lot more success. Getting 6P though, no combo, just put into pressure, and back to neutral, gets caught by the P follow-up. Big hit, Macmens gets the corner.
Alright, oh, there's the turbo fall out, Capel hitting from behind, and Rat is just playing it patient, hoping for that one opening, and is given it, gets that knockdown, and now it is time to snowball the YRC on the close slash, actually, to counter any of the options that Millia could have done there, like that TK Bad Moon.
Nice block there from Rat, managing to escape the corner, and now putting Macmens in there, getting the hit, and the winger should be enough to close out the round here.
You know, one thing that I find really interesting about how Rat is playing right now is that normally you'd expect Millias to be a lot more airborne, but Rat is honestly a pretty grounded Millia from what I'm seeing. And
yeah,
to that end, and to that end, like I feel like the way that works out is a little more into Macmen's favor, just because Anji plays a much more grounded game, so he feels a little more comfortable than he would normally.
Yeah, Rat's pretty notable for being much more grounded than a lot of Millia players, preferring to play kind of a fair game, and it is useful sometimes because Anji does have good anti-airs, but Anji does also have that good grounding game. But Rat getting this mix started here, and oh, I think that was a drop, and no wall break here. And Macmens using this meter now to close this round out.
Yeah, for sure. That is going to be enough. And now Macmens has evened up the rounds yet again in this third game, but is going to get thrown, put into a knockdown state, but is going to use that deflect shield, pushing Rat away to give himself a bit of a breather, but that is not going to work out as Rat is right back in. All these just defense, though, are being really smart for Macmens.
Oh, another big counter hit here for the Rat, though, and this is one more reset before Macmens goes through this wall, but managed to escape with an air dash out, but gets caught by the Capel anyway. And this...
Not enough to kill, but that's going to be a lot of damage. The parry will hit Rat as Rat lands same side with that turbo fall. The Iron Savior, though, should be enough to close out this combo.
Oh, wow. Go. Yeah. Rat going up 2-1 here, but that was very close. And yeah, that hair card there was very risky, but it paid off.
Yeah, I think one thing that Macmens can do and is to, you know, because Rat plays more of like a grounded Millia, maybe Macmens could use a bit more of the spins. Because spin, it normally is not super effective against Millia just by the nature of her being more airborne. It's going to be missing a lot of time, but I think he can take much more advantage of it with the fact that Rat's playstyle is much different from what you see normally.
Yeah, the spin is rough to use against Millia because Millia is so fast that she can whiff punish it very effectively. So even if you use it and get caught out, it's going to be a bad time for the Anji player.
Yeah, that is true. But you gotta do what you gotta do, right? To keep the Millia guessing in neutral. Can't let her just keep throwing out these buttons and keeping you locked down forever.
Oh, Macmens having to burst that 2K 2D, not wanting to get put into the mix. But another counter hit far slash here, and Macmens is going to be sent through the wall. And Rat is going to get the chance to mix here, having full meter and full wild assault.
Yeah, what is it going to be, though? Oh my god!
Next! Macmens just gets a return to neutral here, but that might be all they wanted, or all they need. Gets caught with another counter hit far slash, but no conversion. Rat spending that meter to get this combo here. But the hair card doesn't connect, having to spend even more meter to make it safe. And Macmens now has evened out the resources except for burst. That's close even.
Except for health as well. Rat could easily one-touch this game right here, but that Ko is going to snipe Rat out of the air. It's not going to affect Rat too much, as Rat is just going to play the air game, play really strong. And okay, the deflect shield. Push Rat away. Ko,
using a beard to
keep him out of the air.
Oh, but a big hit here. Rat choosing to burst later. Now both players at 1 health here. This could go either way, but Rat getting the 2K2D to close it out. And Rat is now on set point here, which would give 9Moons 2 points, which is very, very important here.
The whiff punish on that throw whiff. Another counter hit, not going to capitalize off of it that time around.
Yeah, and Rat putting Macmens back in this corner, getting this combo here, and this is a familiar scene. Macmens is going to be hard knocked down after this wall break, and it's up to Rat to get these last 2 mixes in. Macmens does have a lot of resources, though, to be able to escape this nice throw tech there.
Alright, has burst now, so even if he does get hit, he still has another chance. Oh no, the Ko whiffing entirely. And now, okay, we're back to neutral. There we go. The Ko will hit this time, and now we'll get try to get a combo right here. Going for the double tap dust, and Rat going to burst that final hit because they know they're going to die if they keep that combo going. Another burst from Macmens in return. This is going to be much more favorable for him just because keeps Rat in the corner of the throw.
Gets the butterfly started, but the fusion's not whiff punish, and Rat gets 2P'd. Rat now at 1 health here and gets caught by the overhead. Macmens is still in this game.
Yes, but it is set point for Rat, so still got to be super careful, and this is not looking to be a good start for Macmens. No burst either, so they cannot get out of these mixes.
Oh, Macmens caught by the fake cross-up, going to get sent through this wall here. No meter usage, though, so no hard knockdown. Means Rat's going to have to play neutral 1 or 2 more times to get this one through. Macmens with a nice 2P. They're managing to get a combo off of it, but Rat managing to escape and get their pressure started.
Oh, the gold burst will connect and put Macmens into a positive bonus state. This could be really huge.
Oh, but Rat gets the 2P, and Macmens back in this corner here, gets guard crushed off that wild assault, and here come the JHs. The Capel blocked, and the deflect shield used to escape. Rat gets caught by the low. Macmens going for this overhead here, has a little more meter to spend, and we have to go back to neutral one more time.
One more time, but now you gotta guess, and guess wrong. Macmens did. The empty jump into low will be enough to send him through the wall and secure Rat that game, and securing 9Moons 2 points right off the bat.
Yeah, and that is huge for 9Moons now, because it means if 9Moons wins game 3, they're guaranteed it, and GOH has to win game 1 and 3 to win, or just game 3 to tie it out. But it puts a lot of pressure on Gates of Heaven now to get these points in these upcoming matches.
Yeah, definitely. Puts a lot more pressure, puts a lot more emphasis on these upcoming matches for those points. Even if the third game is super important, just because it is the same amount of points as the first and second games. Just having those first and second games can put a bit of a mental stress, because, like, you know, if you don't win that third game, then you don't have a chance to win this set.
Yeah, and a series win for either team here is such a huge amount of momentum going into the second series, because it means all they have to do is take that one and they close it out without having to go to our sudden death at the end.
And I just want to say also, you know, what we just saw was Macmens versus Rat. And if you don't know how Series 1 works, if you didn't watch playoffs, something that we weren't able to explain just because we just got right into the game, is basically the lower seed, which is Gates of Heaven, is going to be going up against the higher seed, which is 9Moons. And for the very first series, the way it works is that the lower seed has to secure their lineup. They have to put their lineup in and say, like, this is what we're going to play with. This is our order. These are our players. And then 9Moons looks at that and can choose which of their players they get a pick against the other people. It's not it's a blind pick for Gates of Heaven, but not a blind pick for 9Moons. And looks like that counter pick with Rat against Macmens paid off.
Yep. And next up, we'll be going into our 1-point round, which will be Smitty versus Lurie.
Doing it a bit out of order, but yeah, Smitty versus Lurie coming up. Smitty on the Happy Chaos and Lurie on the Faust. Let's see how it goes. This is not an easy matchup for Faust.
Yeah, definitely not. Without having a traditional air dash, it's a lot harder to make your way in on Happy Chaos, and already Lurie having to burst early and getting put into this combo is bad news here. Gonna get sent through the wall with this Wild Assault, not able to get the wall break, out of concentration too for Smitty, and Lurie's gonna take a turn.
Oh, going to eat that bomb. We're going to probably see that come out at a bit of a different time. But I don't know if we're going to be seeing it now that that super has come out, securing Smitty that positive bonus. And looks like Smitty's just going to play the aggressive end and just go right in.
Oh, nice hit with that 5K, punishing that landing. And Lurie now hitting a JH, going to get things started against Smitty here. But a huge 6P forces Lurie to have to burst again.
Forcing him to block the bomb, but the gunshot comes out way too fast. And Smitty finds that one hit into the gun bullet, comboing him, and now securing that first round against Lurie.
Oh, this JH is putting in so much work for Lurie here, though. And getting the trumpet means Smitty's going to get hit here, having to burst. Lurie stuck at full screen. Smitty running up to run this pressure here.
Yeah, it's never-ending pressure, it seems, with a mix coming out. Hammer, keep Smitty locked down. The 2K will hit. Not going to combo it, though. But this final mix will actually hit him. Feed him a banana. Slip on your own banana peel, but it's going to work out anyways.
The banana peel ended the recovery of that, so Lurie could get another chance at mix, but Smitty's going to get the best of the situation and send Lurie through the wall here with this super, able to get a safe jump off of this, and Lurie's going to be hard-pressed to survive this.
Backdashes the bullet into the Scarecrow PRC throw. What a smart play from Lurie, setting out the bomb, and now Happy Chaos is going to have to play careful from people's brain. Audio's out of the range of the bomb, but gets hit by the back end of it. Lurie, with that single bomb toss, is now evened up the rounds in the first game. And now slowly making his way in, doing a really good job at making his way in against Smitty's gunshot zoning, forcing Smitty to play the aggressive a lot more often than I think he might want.
Yeah, and Smitty going to get this wall break, though, and Lurie's in a tough spot here. Already have half their burst back, though, but gets caught trying to far slashing with and gets shot, and is going to get sent through the wall here again with this super, and Lurie is in a very rough spot for surviving this game one.
Yes, that is true. Still has burst, though. Is it going to come to play? We're not too sure. The gunshot, though, does enough damage so that Lurie couldn't burst it even if he wanted to.
And that was so strong there from Smitty, just answering Lurie's approach options at almost every occasion. Lurie seeing a lot of success using that JH2 approach, getting multiple counter hits with it. But we're going into game 2 here.
Yeah, that came down so close, though. Even if Lurie was at not a pretty big life deficit at the very end of that final round, Lurie was definitely looking strong with some of the rounds he did take, some of those interactions he did win, those JHs, putting in a lot of work. The trumpet on Smitty's side collects the trumpet and forces Lurie to jump into the air, which turned out to be a favorable position for him to find himself in. Another Scarecrow PRC trying to open up Smitty, and that he does. The bomb being thrown out. Have to hold this. The hammer coming out. Gotta keep blocking.
Oh, and Smitty is so good with all this blocking, but finally gets hit with that Wild Assault. And the Meteor cross up. Smitty's in a bad spot here, but pulls out the gun anyway. The little Fouts are coming, and Lurie gets hit by a gunshot. This is through the wall here, and Smitty is going to have this positive bonus, this hard knockdown, to make this comeback against Lurie possible. But Lurie does have a meter to make this happen.
But you also want to keep in mind, Smitty doesn't have a lot of concentration right now. However, yep, that one big counter hit was all you needed to bring that concentration back up to normal. With that one combo, able to take that round. Even if it looked like Lurie had such a huge lead, that lead can disappear so fast when you're playing a game as explosive as Strive.
Oh, Lurie getting caught with a trade there, but manages to get the 2K into a full combo. And this is going to be Smitty not sent through the wall, but mixed one more time, having to burst here.
We've been seeing a lot of those Lurie Scarecrow to the other side, you know. in like the playoffs actually. So it's cool to see that it's still working even on Smitty right now.
Yeah, and there's that command grab. One more mix. Smitty tries to backdash and gets caught by the JD, and Lurie taking this round here. Smitty having barely under half burst here for this, but a J2K to start things off, and going to send Lurie through the wall. Drops it though, and Lurie gets a hit back.
Falling JD, placing himself in just the right opportune spot to get the trumpet going, forcing Smitty to drop his combo midway through, and now has no bullets, no concentration.
But it's Happy Chaos. You get that back that fast, and now Smitty's going through here. We're going to send Lurie through the wall with full resources, and Lurie in yet again another very rough spot, but does have burst, does have a meter to try and make something happen here. Smitty using that wild assault, and Lurie getting a YRC off here, put Smitty in the corner, but another YRC back. Oh, that's going to be Smitty closing out the game here against Lurie, up 2-0 now.
And that was the first roll mix-up I've seen Smitty do this entire game. So, you know, just pulling out that card that he had hidden right back there, catching Lurie off guard and able to secure that game with it.
Yeah, and now Smitty up 2-0 here against Lurie, which is very scary for Gates of Heaven, because if Smitty takes this set, then the best they can hope for this series is a tie into sudden death.
And Lurie is winning some pretty important interactions, you know, also securing rounds, but you can secure one round, but you're going to have to close it out somehow. And Lurie is really struggling to make that happen. Getting that color swap, though, maybe the color swap will bring Lurie victory. That counter hit is definitely looking pretty juicy right now. And that is going to send Smitty through the wall so fast at the very start of this round. Another counter hit.
And Lurie gets the command grab off, and this is looking very, very rough for Smitty. Does have burst, though, to try and escape this. Bashes out with the 5P. Lurie having to burst to try and keep this pressure going. And getting this through the wall. Not quite dead. Smitty had a sliver of health left, but it's Happy Chaos. That's enough. Gets the roll off, and Lurie now getting shot through this wall here.
You have positive bonus. Well, I'm going to have positive bonus just in a moment. You wait right here. You wait on the ground. Let me think about what I want to do. I'm going to go. He's going for the close slash.
But then for pure C, the super pure C from Lurie there taking a round here, and now advantaged in this game here. Oh, the GH not paying off there, and Lurie having to burst early, but getting a nice 6P against Smitty here, and the Mini Faust keeping the pressure going.
Now Lurie is cursed though, so he's going to play extra careful because those gunshots are going to be extra accurate.
Yeah, and Smitty pushing Lurie all the way to this wall here and managing to send Lurie through the wall using the super because they were out of bullets. And this is Lurie at a very low health here, but almost having burst back means they're in a good position for next round if they can make Smitty use theirs this round, but gets caught by the tap dust, and we're going into the what could possibly be the final round of this set. Smitty on game point here, or set point here.
Eats the hammer, shoots the hammer out. This will hit Happy Chaos on his head. What are you doing? This is a cartoon moment right now. But that slow air dash is coming into play and working against Lurie. Even if Lurie was trying to get in with that, it was way too slow, and the gunshots were able to snipe him out of the air and give Smitty yet another advantageous position to be in. Huge life lead. The block on the wire seat, forcing Lurie to burst right there.
That's all of Lurie's resources gone, and Smitty has tons. That RC barely managed to block in time, but the tap dust is going to close it out, and Smitty with a great 3-0 here to put 9Moons at 3 points in this series, meaning that this next game is only to tie it here for Gates of Heaven.
Yeah, well, we'll see if we'll get a sudden death coming into play as we see Remi Celeste versus Memo Carp. This will be what I believe to be an Axel versus Biken, as long as Remi stays on that Axel. You never know. I haven't seen. I know Remi has been playing some other characters, but Axel has always been the original character he's been playing. And I don't think he's. I think he's still looking good in this patch. So, yeah, there we go. There's the Axel locked in.
Yep, Axel here for Remi Celeste, very strong Axel, and a force to be reckoned with, but Memo Carp can't be ignored as being one of the strongest Bikens out there. This is going to be a good game 3 here. This is first 4, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, you would be
It was
correct.
first of last week.
With the 3 points of this final game, it's only right that it should be a first of 4. Give the players more time to adapt to each other, so it doesn't feel like it's going by as fast with how important, how many points this set gives. Well, we'll see who is able to secure this win. Will we see a sudden death, or will 9Moons get a 3-0 sweep in the first series? Remi Celeste versus Memocarp, Axel versus Biken. How do you think this matchup is going to play out?
I want to be honest, I don't really know a whole lot about it, but I know Biken traditionally struggles with zoners, but I'm not 100% sure how this plays out completely. But Memocarp getting the first hit here, but a huge counter hit forcing Memocarp to burst.
Alrighty, Remi Celeste just playing a little, not super committal right now, just trying to keep Memocarp at bay. Doesn't have to worry about a whole ton. Oh, okay, that completely whiffed right there. Might just been a missed timing on Remi's part.
Yeah, not quite getting all the damage out of that combo, but not really the worst drop in the world, as it was the last hit and you can't get punished for it. And Memocarp already at about 1 health despite a very strong start here. Oh, the parry gets punished, but not able to kill with it.
Remi really representing these 2Ps right now. Super fast button, and also completely shuts down a lot of Memocarp's options and what he would like to do. If you try to air dash, the 2P recovers so fast that he can just do like a 5P to knock you out of the air. And if I don't know if Biken tries to go for a 2H or standing far slash, that's going to also get clipped by that 2P.
Yeah, but Memocarp able to get something started here. It's such a tough road approaching through these Axel normals, and Memocarp gets caught by the JS, and Remi getting this throw, able to start their pressure here. Memocarp does have burst, and Remi has none, but Remi Celeste does have full meter here.
Yeah, I think Remi is feeling pretty comfortable right now. I mean, honestly, to be honest, does Remi as Axel really need that burst? Let's be honest here. Wild Assault doesn't really come into play that much for the character, and Deflect Shield, while useful, is a bit more situational than it really needs to be. So I think Remi feels pretty comfortable even without that burst.
Yeah, but Axel does have one of the best post-burst situations in this game, forcing their opponent to have to approach them all the way from full screen one more time at least,
That is true.
Especially hard for Biken, being reasonably slow as a character. But a huge JS to start here, and Remi Celeste is put in this corner by Memocarp.
And getting tethered too. Yeah, Remi's going to burst that one. Does not want to be close to the Biken in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, a trade here means Memocarp gets this started, and the Yosunsen is going to put Remi Celeste down to low health here, but now it's Memocarp stuck in this corner.
Alright, yeah, the Tatami getting pushed away by the FD. That's really smart, FD on those multi-hitting moves, push them a little further away. This should be enough to kill. Yes, it will. I mean, that was enough to kill and more. Biken does so much damage with those tether combos.
Huge start here for Memocarp, though, and the cross-up Yosensen makes it very tough to deal with.
Now Remi looks like it's having a hard time. When you can't keep Memocarp out, Biken can just run her game plan freely on you.
Yeah, and there's that burst, and the parry gets thrown, and Memocarp's in a scary situation here, now having to get zoned again, but the JS able to jail Remi Celeste in, and the Yosensen going to even this setup, making it 1-1.
Wow, such a large overhead. Yeah, these JSs, these jump in JSs, Yosansens, and 2Hs really coming into play in for Memocarp right now, as they're doing a pretty good job at just rotating all their options to get through Axel's defense.
Yeah, it's making Remi really have to guess a lot, and Memocarp's able to take advantage of that and sneak some hits in, and Biken hits are not insignificant.
Yeah, no, not at all. And even if Memocarp doesn't hit you as Biken, Biken has that tether, just tethers you, and now you're stuck to Biken.
Yeah, as long as Biken's not full screen, she's pretty happy in this matchup. And a nice approach, but gets caught by the 2H there. And a whole combo after that command grab, too.
Now this is definitely looking a little more reminiscent of that first game.
Yeah, and it's air-to-air, putting Memo Carp at very low health in this corner here, making them have a tough time approaching, gets caught by the JP, and a perfect here for Remi Celeste.
I like Remi's adaptation right now, using a lot more like air backdash JPs, because that is stuffing out one of Memo Carp's best best get-in options that we've been seeing so far was the air dash into JS. But you have to be properly spaced just because of how big a button that is.
Memo Carp having a nice burst there to keep Remi in the corner, getting a big combo off of it, but not able to get the wall break here. And Remi able to run some pressure and get a huge far slash hit, putting Memo Carp back at full screen, having to climb up this hill again.
The 6P coming out in clutch. You never really see that too often with Axel, so when you do see that come out, you know that they've been put into a pretty sticky situation.
Yeah, but it really paid off there, able to close that out for Remi Celeste, making it 2-1, and that one was very, very commanding, maybe even more than the first one.
Yeah, for sure. Really getting his bearings together. But now Remi Celeste does still have one more to go through. And Memo Carp on the back foot. Gates of Heaven on the back foot yet again against 9Moons, as 9Moons is looking incredibly strong on this very first series with really strong counter picks from what I've been seeing.
Yeah, and getting a 6-0 here for 9Moons would be such a commanding lead, and Memo Carp getting a lot of damage, but forced back full screen again. And now life totals are very close to even, but a huge parry means that Memo Carp gets to play the game again.
All right, okay, yeah, there's the jump in. Not going to use JS that time, going to use that JP a little faster so they don't have to worry about getting punished as easily.
Yeah, and these life totals are very even. Memo Carp having burst, though, able to use all of those different options with it, but it's so hard to approach here. And there's a 6P, and that was burst safe, too. Remi Celeste trying to take this up 3-1.
All right, okay, jumping up. Yeah, the J8
move.
Coming down from below. Remi doing such a great job at rotating all their options, cycling through all of them to cover all of these bases. The jump back JP's coming to play yet again. Memo Carp, however, getting a strong hit right here. The back scratcher coming in and putting in some extra damage, but that burst putting Remi into a really favorable situation, forcing the burst from Memo Carp. Memo Carp stuck with no burst, has some meter, but is stuck trying to get right back into Remi, but opening up Yuzansen RC, and that is enough to kill.
Off of a TK Yuzansen, Memo Carp able to get the kill there and staying alive here, trying to even this out, not letting Remi Celeste run away with this lead. Huge use of the tether here, but a nice jest block from both sides means we're back to neutral pretty much. A JP putting Remi Celeste right back in the corner, and that JS is going to lead to, or JH is going to lead to so much damage. About half done.
All right. Oh, okay, the double overhead will clip Memo Carp, sending him to full screen, and now you're going to have to play the slowly get in game yet again against Axel.
YRC from Memo Carp means that they get to take a turn here, and you do not want to be letting this bike and take a turn when you're playing the Axel. Nice throw means the tether's going to get reset, and yeah, you got to burst that.
Oh no, but that's going to be really huge for Remi into the wall break as well. No, not quite. Keep him in the corner.
And this is one more shot here for Memo Carp, but the JH into the JD, not even a chance to burst there, and Remi Celeste is going up 3-1 here.
One more game is all Remi needs, and Memo Carp has to win 3 games in a row if they want to win this set. That is quite the mountain to climb, especially with how fast Remi is adapting to how Memo Carp is playing. We saw Memo Carp, those JSs doing work in game 2. Now it feels like he can't get a single one on Remi now.
Yeah, Remi is very much adapting and a very commanding performance these games. But Memo Carp when Memo Carp's been taking rounds, they've been looking great. Nice J air dash to escape that. The IBFD though, these from Remi have been huge, and a GameStop trade coming out, putting Memo Cart back at full screen, but a JS approach there like you were just talking about.
Yeah, just as you're saying, these IBFDs from Remi are coming out at really opportune times, especially like IBFDing Tatami Mat, as we're seeing with Remi, is probably the most important thing he could be doing on defense right now, just because of how much pushback that gives him, giving him so much more breathing room as a zoner.
Oh, and that 2K punishing that jump. Memocarp getting the JS, but getting caught by the JH, and now Memocarp's in a very, very bad spot at about 10% health here, and that should be not quite it.
Go for the time stop, but gets bursted on. Memocarp does not want to get checkmated right there. He saw it and he knew what exactly he was going to go for at that moment.
Oh, insane blocks here from Remi. Just not dealing with everything, but he gets caught by that Yosensen and bursting at the last second. That's a risky burst. Memocarp going, but gets caught by the JH, and that is 9Moons taking a 6-0 in this first series.
Yeah, 9Moons, such a commanding first series. And that is going to be super, super important, because if they win the second series, then they win the entire thing. And there is a pretty big prize pool at the end of all of this. So, yeah. And you can tell already right off the bat, just looking at these matchups going into the second series, that they did not want Memocarp to be playing against a Axel at all, because Memocarp is going to be playing against Rats for the very first game. The second game, we're going to have Macmens versus Remi. In the third game, Luke is going to be coming out of the shadows as their anchor to face off against Smitty in what it looks like is going to be a happy chaos and mirror to end off series 2. But before we get to that, we're going to be seeing Memocarp versus Rat.
Yeah, and the Milia versus Biken matchup is an interesting one, because these two characters are remarkably similar in their game plans, but they both have different strengths, where Biken excels in huge damage combos, while Milia's mix is a lot stronger.
And not only that, but also with how big Biken's buttons in the air are. You know, you got the Tatami Mat in the air, you got JS, you got JD. It's going to be much harder for Rat as Milia to be in the air like his character wants to be.
Yeah, and already a huge start here for Memocarp, sending Rat through this wall, and Rat's at about 10%. But if you've ever played against Amelia, you know that's all they need. This close slash starter is going to be a huge damage here. Memocarp not bursting, it gets caught by a reset, went into another close slash, and gets their burst taken away. Oh, and the last second RC able to escape that Bad Moon.
And it looks like the Bad Moon whiffed too. I think that was like at the very edge of what could actually hit.
Yeah, that Bad Moon hitbox is minuscule. It's good enough for what it does, but it's not going to catch much else. A nice start here from Rat, forcing Memocarp to have to burst, and Rat having a huge resource advantage now, but forced to block, gets caught by the tether, but I'm not stuck in here with you, you're stuck in here with me. Rat takes advantage of it and sends Memocarp through the wall here. Not quite. Oh, an unfortunate drop.
6H completely whiffing right there, and this is going to be really big for Memocarp, as Memocarp will take advantage of this Tatami Mats, keeping him locked down. I got a Zansen. I got a TK move that's stronger than Bad Moon, that's for sure.
Yeah, and Rat having to burst there, and Memocarp stealing that one away off of a dropped combo from Rat. Memocarp taking the first game here.
Yeah, already we can see that counter pick coming into play. Memocarp taking the first game, a much different, like a far cry from what we saw earlier.
Yeah, they were actually playing instead of getting zoned, and you could tell the difference it makes here. But Rat's not out of this yet. They were very close those games, and this still could go either way.
And yeah, we're definitely seeing it a lot right now with what you said, like Milia and Biken, even though they look different, they have pretty similar game plans. They like to be in the air, big air buttons, and once they get on top of you, they're going to be forcing 50-50s. They're going to be forcing mix-ups.
Gold burst from Memocarp means that Rat has to deal with this, but a nice counter hit there, And Memocarp is going to be going through this wall, and Rat's going to be the one with positive bonus now. But the damage is already done, and Rat has almost full meter and almost full burst.
Shot by the gun. That is such a big hitbox for no reason. Pushing in towards him. Rat gets
the hair car hitting there. Memocarp wasn't ready for the blow. Memocarp does have burst, but holding it for the next round, and Rat with a very, very commanding game one there.
That's the first time I think I've seen like high-level Milia play where they just run up on you and do hair car in your face.
You gotta watch Vega play. He just does it randomly.
Oh well, you know. But I don't think. Well, I think Vega does a lot more from full screen, right? They don't really do it like up in your face like that.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. That was definitely a crazy call there, but it pays off getting that round there for Rat. And a huge combo here. Not quite going to be dead since Milia has a lot of scaling on her combos, but that was risky.
Is this? Oh yeah, it's not going to be enough. Not quite. But that Yozansen is looking real scary right now.
A nice steal back there from Memocarp. Oh, and a big start here. Rat is just getting hit trying to approach. And stuck in the corner here now, but using these Milia movement tools to escape and gets caught by another far slash, but Rat gets the throw, and now this tether mix with the... Oh, gets air thrown. And this is now super
down on the ground. Get out of the air. This is a no-fly zone.
Oh, the Capel hitting with the very end of that hitbox, and Rat getting a nice mix off that.
I got opened up. I got hit.
No one blocked that. No one.
Okay.
I think you are. You did not block that. I don't know how that didn't cross up. Oh, but gets caught trying to TK Bad Moon, and Memocarp is going to go up 2-0 in this set.
Yeah, one thing I want to point out too is that this is Milia. Milia doesn't have a lot of life. Biking it's hard. So those combos are going to hurt a lot more compared to say like Axel, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Biken does a lot of damage, and Milia doesn't have a lot of health. It's one of the biggest problems with that character, is you die so fast, and Rat's definitely feeling this Biken damage here. Memocarp up 2-0 now, trying to take the first set for Gates of Heaven in this series.
Okay, an immediate jump air dash in. Memocarp seems to really favor that option for a lot of these matchups I've been seeing so far.
Yeah, and these far slashes are putting in so much work for Memocarp because it's at a range Milia doesn't get to contest with very easily, but a big JH means that Rat gets to keep this pressure going.
Keep him in the corner. Okay, the jump in with the JP to keep him locked in, the close slash anti-air, and Memocarp getting a burst side swapping too. And that health is being deleted. That life bar is blood red right now. The cross up. I call those melty blood cross ups, by the way. Where you look like you're going to cross them up and you just go back same side.
Yeah, that is a melty blood mechanic. But what a robbery there from Memocarp, stealing that off of a burst. And now Rat is put in a very tough spot. Memocarp here on set point. And it's up to Rat to take this back. Gonna have to win 3 in a row anyway. Oh, gets that JH to connect. One more hit here. That JP should do it. Memocarp getting the burst. Rat not giving them the opportunity. And a perfect there from Rat.
Yeah, Milia is such a snowball character. They just need that one knockdown, that one anti-air, that one burst bait.
Memocarp getting mixed again, gonna get sent through this wall. That wild assault.
Yeah, that's going to really hamper that growth of the burst meter. And even if Biken is a much more defensive character by nature, it's not going to help at all, as this super, I think, is going to be... No, not quite.
Here is awful. That
got a lot of scaling.
Oh, but the S-Disc gonna close it out. And another perfect from Rat, getting a double perfect there, the Milia Classic. And Rat is still in this, making it 2-1 here.
Yeah, Rat got knocked down that first round, lost the first 2 games, and came back with a vengeance. Double perfecting Memocarp right there, showing him that you still gotta watch out for him.
Oh yeah, Rat is definitely a force to be reckoned with, and you can never give Amelia any breathing room because they will take it and run with it.
Yeah, still 2 more games to win. Rat needs this reverse 3-0 right now.
Yeah, but this is how you get it started. Forcing Memocarp to burst early and getting this... Oh! Big punish on the parry, though. And Memocarp's going to get sent through this wall. Rat's going to get positive bonus off of this. But doesn't get the hard knockdown.
Seemed a bit hesitant, so just opted for that 5P to break the wall. Still is in positive bonus, though, and positive bonus Millie is scary. That is, though, if you can get close enough to Piken to actually make it work out.
A nice smash, though, means Rat's going to get another mix off of this combo. And here's the H-Disc. Memocarp blocking it, though. Oh, and the JP going to get a nice reset here, but a trade. Whiff punish. No disc hits. And Rat is making this comeback happen.
Yeah, that is for sure. What's the round start going to be? Yet another air dash in from Memocarp.
Yeah, Memocarp having to burst early yet again. And a trade here puts Rat in a favorable position this time, but gets caught by the tatami.
Oh no, drops the combo. Still okay though. However, that 2D being blocked will end your turn.
Yeah, nice blocks there from Rat, but Memocarp going to get a shot here, having to burst the tatami, wanting to keep this momentum, but gets caught by the 5P into Memocarp's pressure, and that's going to be dead. Memocarp on... Oh, a drop! Oh, closing it out. Memocarp on set point here yet again. Can Rat take another game, or will Memocarp close it out here?
I like these low committal 5Ps from Memocarp. Using them a lot more. They are 4 frames, by the way, so they're very, very fast.
Oh, and a nice 2K2D into the super, and that's it. Is it?
I think it is. You're right.
Memocarp takes it to getting a point here for Gates of Heaven, their first set win of this finals.
Yeah, already their points. Memocarp is going to get them a point as I win that first game, and we're going to go straight into game 2 after this. Still though, that 1 point is not the biggest of deals, but it's going to be good for the morale of the team knowing that they can win against 9Moons. It just comes down really to the player matchup, to the character matchup. In these counter picks, we'll see like how they play out in this second game. Macmens picking against Remi Celeste. I really like this counter pick, by the way. Macmens playing Anji. Anji has historically always been like pretty good at getting through Axel, right? Because Axel's way of zoning are strikes, and because they're strikes, he can just spin right through them. Can't do the same with Happy Chaos, but with Axel, he can do that freely.
Yeah, and there's that spin coming into effect here, and now Remi Celeste stuck in this corner. Macmens able to get things started. Nice 2P.
Yeah, you can tell that Remi knows. Remi is playing a lot more aggressive as a zoner because he knows that if he pushes buttons like 2P like that, like 5P, he's going to get spun on, and spin is so much stronger in this patch. You're going to get punished, almost guaranteed.
A nice burst there from Macmens. But having to worry about this time stop super, the install runs out and Macmens is able to play a lot more freely here. Nice tech on that throw, and yeah, this spin is putting in so much work, and this is in a very bad spot. But these IBFDs are huge in this game too, but it doesn't work there. Macmens taking this first round here. That's a really clean Anji color, actually. I like the orange a lot.
It is actually. I mean, I think those two colors, like the green one and the orange one, are really good looking on like the entire cast.
Oh yeah, definitely, and the pink one too. I love the glowing effects on it. It's so cool.
Okay, this looks like much more Remi's style, setting the pace of being a more aggressive Axel, and there's the 6H coming out, hitting overhead. Axel Bomber to break the wall, get some extra damage on there, a lot of damage, by the way. And now Macmens is in that one-touch zone, but still, you're going to have to be playing carefully. You cannot get spun on.
Oh, gets caught by a close slash. And this is so much damage. This is such a huge starter here for Macmens, but drops it, gets a reset off it, gets the butterfly Oki here, and now this is very scary for Macmens and Remi. But the 2S, Remi having to burst, that's very good here. Macmens going for a hero burst, trying to close this one out, and Remi getting that JH.
Ooh, now that burst, even if Macmens had the potential to win that last game, that burst is going to put Macmens into a similar situation as Remi. However, Remi, Macmens is already keeping him locked down. Nice counter hit, breaking out with that 2K very fast 4 frames.
Yeah, and now Macmen's stuck in this pressure from Remi, but Macmen's dash blocking is actually insane. I don't think they've been hit by a piece of zoning this game, and gets button super. This is a lot of damage under Remi, and Macmen's is looking very good to take the first game here.
Gets 6 speed, and this is huge. This should be it. Yes, it is. Macmen's now going to drop a confirm like that, and Macmen's already the first game won. Yet again, this counter pick looking incredibly strong. The fact that they can win the first game like that is really, really good for Gates of Heaven.
Yeah, and it just shows you how much these teams think about strategy when picking these characters, because it's Series 1. 9Moons didn't lose a set, and it's on that way for Gates of Heaven this series.
Yeah, I think this really like I said, I like this, but I think this is my favorite counter pick that I've seen so far. Like out of Series 1 and Series 2, this is by far my favorite counter pick, because I know what they're thinking when they're choosing Macmens, when they're placing Anji in front of Remi's Axel. But it looks like Remi might be going for a character swap.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Oh, we'll see. Oh, we're getting Giovanna instead.
And this might throw a wrench into Macmen's plans here, because if you go in prep for one character and they come out with someone else, it definitely messes with your mental.
Mm-hmm. Still though, Giovanna playing a grounded game as well, so that's going to be a lot more susceptible to stuff like that. The spin
again. And Macmen's starting this pressure here, and Remi just forced to block, but a nice jump there. Able to get the Giovanna pressure started, but Macmen's is not scared to mash, and gets a combo off of the tap dust.
Oh, the pierce, that was really tricky, going for the startup of the overhead and going for a low. However, Remi gets a good hit. Okay, gets a throw, and now can start running some scary tick pressure. And Macmen's already ready for that. It's like, yeah, I know what you want to do. I know you want to throw me in this situation, and just taking it so easily. Yeah, that is a wall break with 50 meter. That is enough. Lots of corner carry. Big counter hit to start us off, and these 2Ps just keeping that stagger pressure going.
Oh, and
nice H hits at the tip, keeping Giovanna locked down, keeping Remi locked down, and getting sent through the wall yet again. Doesn't quite look like this counter pick is working out in Remi's favor right now.
Yeah, very, very strong performance there from Macmens.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it before, but I did not know Remi had a Giovanna, so I was like unsure of whether or not Remi's Giovanna was ready for high level play or not. But looks like Remi's still comfortable with staying on this character, and we're going to be seeing the third game. This could be Macmen's final game to win, or Remi could take this back with the character swap. Maybe just needs a bit more time in the oven to get used to how things work in this new matchup.
Yep, just needing a game to warm up. We've all been there, and yeah, this is looking very strong here from Remi, but Macmen's able to get that escape there and uses that spin. Oh, it's such an active move. You have to wait so long to punish it. And Macmen's is looking unstoppable here.
Alright, just keeping it going. Yeah. And Macmens, yep, that is it. That one big hit, that 5H. It seems like Remi is not too sure, quite sure the range of that move, and is really getting hit by it a lot trying to escape the corner.
Yeah, Macmens on set point here, but a huge counter hit from Remi. This is so much damage. Using the Wild Assault to break the wall. Macmens already down to about a quarter, and that's going to be dead here. Remi. Oh, drops.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Macmens now has burst. He's going to try and make this comeback happen, but here comes the super out, and Macmens was not blocking.
Got full meter, why not, right? Super RC.
Oh, these spins have been so effective against this Giovanna. Macmens is just looking so strong this set.
Yeah, yet again, it seems like the corner is Remi's home right now. While Axel might be feeling a little comfortable with it, it looks like that Giovanna is not. The tap does connecting, and yeah, you're gonna have to burst that one. I think that would have been dead if he didn't.
Oh, and a huge throw. Macmens missing the meaty there, but getting a gold burst. This is such a rough battle here for Remi here. Yeah, and there's that tap dust. 2 overheads in a row is too much, and Macmens is going to make this
a 3-0
here now for Gates of Heaven, meaning that if 9Moons, even if 9Moons win the next set, they still have to play a sudden death first to 3 in order to win the whole thing, which means it is very likely that we could go to a tiebreaker.
But we will see. Coming up, we have Luke versus Smitty. I said it earlier. Happy Chaos Mirror. And yeah. Luke is their anchor. Luke is probably Gates of Heaven's strongest player. So who knows, right?
Yep. And this Happy Chaos Mirror, this could go either way. Happy Chaos Mirrors are notoriously volatile. Okay. It is Luke in the black and Smitty in the purple.
Luke with the gold guns. There you go.
Yep, and already Smitty down to about half. Luke with a very, very strong start here, and sending Smitty through the wall one more time.
Is this going to be another wall break? Okay, no, not quite.
Yep, Smitty getting to take a turn. Luke blocking that fake cross up, but whiffing that shot means, oh, and a back throw. And Luke is going to take the first round here very, very convincingly. I think that's either a perfect or very close. Not quite a perfect.
No, not quite.
Close.
All right, going into game 2 right away. Yeah, you can definitely tell that Luke is a very strong Happy Chaos. Playing a really strong zoning game and a really strong up-close pressure game. The roll under and the gun shot.
Getting the concentration off mid-combo or mid-block string means that Luke's going to keep this pressure going a lot more. Using the Wild Assault to get a reload. And Smitty is stuck in this corner again. Gets caught by that dust and sent through the wall with this Wild Assault. And now at 1 health here for Luke to take the first set or game.
And that counter hit will do it. Luke taking that first game.
Yeah, and that was very, very convincing from Luke here, too. And we're looking, that was such a convincing game there. This might be us going to a tiebreaker here.
Well, you can't say that too early, right?
That's why I said might.
Can't say it too early. It is a first 2-4. A lot of time for both players to adapt. And in the Happy Chaos Happy Chaos matchup, that's kind of what you need to do, right?
Yeah, and already Smitty with a much better start this game. Getting sent full screen though, and having that curse on them means Luke gets to run this zoning. But the curse is gone now, and Luke gets caught trying to backdash, and Smitty is going to send Luke through the wall here. Not quite, going for a reset instead.
Yep, going to use a super, reload those bullets, going to the next area with full resources is his plan, his MO.
Oh, but Luke gets a hit there, or a block normal out and is able to start their pressure. This burst is going to come out, meaning Luke wastes half their meter, which is very unfortunate. And Smitty with this positive bonus is going to be so hard to deal with. The run-up tap dust, Luke not even going to burst, just going to let this one go to the next round.
Yeah, Smitty trying to burst bait that one. Yeah, that burst ain't coming out from Luke. Luke ain't gonna bite at that moment. Tap dust. Yeah, this is so scary. It just comes out so fast. You just never know what to expect.
Oh, and the fake cross-up hits Smitty, and Luke is looking back on form this game, gets his gets the resources back, but gets back thrown in the corner.
All right, what's it going to be? It's going to be a burst. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, and Luke's stuck having to block now, and gets sent through this wall here. Doesn't get quite sent through the wall. Smitty getting a reset using the wild assault to wall break. You're getting this hard knockdown.
Okay, what's it going to be? Oh my gosh. I didn't block that either.
That was insane. And Smitty evening it up 1-1 with a game just as convincing as Luke's.
All right. Yeah. 1-1. Both players looking pretty even up now. Like Luke was looking really strong in that first game. Smitty returning the favor. But we can definitely tell like both these Happy Chaoses play very differently from each other.
Oh yeah, they both looked so unbeatable in their respective wins. It almost looked like they switched controllers or something and just replayed it back. But we're going into game 3 here. Got a lot more download happen from each players.
Right. Oh my god.
That 2S is plus on a whiff. Oh, Luke going for just do nothing and having to burst, but Smitty's still in this corner. And a nice
Get back down on the ground. You know, I just noticed this, but Happy Chaos' air throw is like a mini version of Potemkin's. He just like grabs you and hits you on the head.
Oh, that's funny, actually. I didn't even think about that. I guess I don't play against Potemkin too much, though. Oh, the 2S barely whiffing, and Smitty getting a very, very nice hit here into this wall break.
Yeah, Smitty are off to a strong-looking game. The deflect shield from full screen. I'm not too sure what that plan was from Luke.
I think there's a way you can make the gunshot whiff, but I don't know the exact setup. And a nice combo there for a nice gunshot there from Smitty, taking the lead for the first time in this set. Yeah, having to burst, Luke getting an early hit, but now Luke is stuck in this pressure.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of crazy how like one person bursts and like both the players are like, yeah, I like this.
Smitty having no concentration though, having to wait for it to come back, and gets caught by a Luke shot, sent through this wall with this super, and Luke's gonna have this positive bonus here to try and close this round out. But Smitty does have full resources.
Might have full resources, but one in the chamber is all you need. No more concentration for Luke, though. Can't use the gun, so it's hoping to wait this out. RC
after the clone. It's not going to be enough to kill. Having to reset the combo to reload, and Luke backdashing that tap dust. 6P punished.
Taking the time to reload, trying to play the zoning game, but the moment you let that up, the moment you try to refill resources, you're going to get called out by Luke with that gunshot, the jump over on the wild assault with a 6P, putting the entire neck into that anti-air, and now the rounds are evened up.
Oh, and Smitty having to burst early, so both players have no burst to speak of here, and Luke getting sent through this wall.
No, not quite. Every single time. Every single time. Smitty, please, break your walls. Stop dropping your wall for combos.
Yeah, well,
I can't keep looking dumb like this.
Oh, Luke backdashes the throw. Smitty having no resources is going to be big damage here for Luke. Sending Smitty straight through this wall. But Smitty does get that concentration back by the end of this. And full meter, full burst.
Yeah, going to use that wall assault, steal some of that burst, and now the burst became super predictable for Luke to bait it effectively as Luke takes the second game.
Yeah, and Luke going up 2-1 here. There's still more games though. This is I couldn't even say who looked stronger that game. Honestly, it was so close the whole time. Luke squeezing out a win there, but it really could have gone either way. So we might be looking at a 7-game series here.
That could potentially be what happens. We could potentially see a sudden death if Smitty cannot get the lead in. If Smitty can't break this tie and get the lead.
Yeah, we're either going to a sudden death or a reverse 6-0 here for Gates of Heaven, because 9Moons 6-0'd them Series 1, and Gates of Heaven is on track for a 6-0 here now. Oh, big counter at 2S, but no conversion off of it. Luke not converting these combos. I'm not...
They might just being mindful of the resources right now. However, speaking of resources, Smitty, bone dry.
Yeah, managing to get one bullet reloaded, but gets caught by the 6S for it, having to burst.
Yeah, once again, like every single time it feels like Smitty is trying to reach.
Luke throwing the roll. Oh, and that's going to be the round here. Not quite. Luke out of bullets. Has the meter, though. And the 6S is going to trade for Luke to take that round.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That button is putting in work, just pushing him, picking him up, hitting him on the head, playing whack-a-mole, and that is a favorable counter for Luke.
So hard against.
Gunshot counters will always be in the Happy Chaos's the Happy Chaos who shot the gun favor.
Oh, nice use of that DLC 2K though. And Smitty is not out of this one yet. This is heavily scaled, but able to break the wall either way.
And that is kind of what he needs at this moment. He needs that positive bonus. He needs to make something happen quick, or Luke is going to be looking pretty unbeatable.
Smitty has no concentration, gets it back finally, and now Luke's the one out of resources, no bullets. Not going to be able to reload for a while either, because these gunshots are going to be very hard to deal with. Luke trying to push Remi, but having no bullets is so rough for Happy Chaos. That tap dust, Smitty getting another reset here.
Then
goes for the wall slump.
Want that wall slump.
Yeah, not letting Luke reload.
Yeah, just as I was saying, like that positive bonus was so important for Smitty to get.
Oh, the reticle getting the last possible second. Smitty getting a nice shot, but getting shot that full screen.
It's good to get that burst out of the way early, but still, Luke is not letting that scare him.
Yeah, Luke, no concentration, and Smitty now getting this corner pressure going. With a meter to make these resources possible, gonna be able to reload the whole thing using the super to send Luke through the wall.
That concentration is still looking low though. You might have bullets, but that concentration, if you don't... Oh no, never mind. The throw is going to take him out anyways, and even up 2-2. Yep, but now it's Smitty's opportunity to get this lead.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is such a volatile set here, 2-2, and I'm honestly I would be surprised if it wasn't a 4-3. I'm gonna be honest.
I would be surprised too. They're just trading wins at this point. They are surviving from the brink of death. We saw, like, legitimately, that 6P from Luke in what was it? Game 3 was what saved him the set, and that positive bonus wall break from Smitty was what saved him the set in the last one, the game in the last one, right?
Yep. Both players having no burst here now. No wall break here, but Smitty stuck in this corner. Gets a backdash on the shot, and the side switch combo. I'm gonna break the wall with this one.
I just find it so funny. Like, he's just looking the other way with the gun, and he just immediately snaps back once he shoots the gun. Once he shoots that bullet, it's like, oh no.
It's funny when it's not happening to you.
That is true.
Gets the concentration off that combo, but is caught not blocking. But Luke gets hit, and just the super doesn't connect. Luke gets his burst off, and Luke's gonna have the chance to bring this back, but nope, gets shot.
And Happy Chaos really is just the definition of give them an inch and they'll take a mile.
Oh, Smitty's so good at backdashing these shots. It's causing Luke so much trouble. But Luke getting the better end of this here. And sending Smitty straight through this wall.
Load him up with dimensional bullets. And going to go for that safe jump, getting wire seed. 5K not going to connect, and that will be enough for Luke to take that round. And must I say it again, we're even up in rounds. Is coming down to the final round in the 5th game, I want to say. Yeah, the 5th game.
Yeah, this is game 5. But it's not over yet because this is a 1st to 4. So we have more games coming.
The 5D tap dust whiffing, and now this is Smitty's opportunity, but no, the counter 2D is going to be huge for Luke. Going to super now to refill those bullets, maybe give him some time. Oh no, yeah, that's going to go for a wall break. I didn't even know he was that close to the corner.
Yeah, this doesn't quite kill, but Smitty's in a very, very tough spot. Managing to block everything so far, but gets air thrown! Oh, trying to escape the wild assault. And Luke is insane with these air throws, going up 3-2 here now.
Every single time Smitty evens up the games, Luke is just getting another game to keep the win going, to keep that advantage going. Smitty unable to take a single lead against him in games. But with how close it's getting, I want to say that he has that chance to make it happen. Both incredibly strong Happy Chaoses we have at display right now.
Yeah, definitely, and this is so close too. But every game has been down to the wire. Smitty with a nice 2K2D, forcing Luke to burst early.
This really is just the closest game we've had this entire time so far.
Oh yeah, definitely. Smitty getting this wild assault wall break, putting Luke in a hard knockdown here. Smitty does not like going for the... I guess it doesn't matter to safe jump against Happy Chaos, but Luke still does it a lot of the time, but Smitty does not like to. But it seems like whatever they're doing is working. Oh, trying to make it burst safe, I think, but dropping it.
Oh no, the gunshot going to connect. Trying to bait a burst, it seems, maybe.
And Smitty stealing that back with the 2K2D. Yeah, it's like I said, I would be very surprised if we didn't get a game 7. Oh, Smitty getting the best of that back then.
And now slowly making his way in. Now he is the rush down character trying to get in on the zoner. And now the tables have turned. Luke, no burst, using that wild assault, stealing some of that burst back. And Luke potentially could not have any burst by the time this round ends.
Oh, and another 2K2D. This is going to be through the wall one more time with this super. And Luke is going to be very low, and it's going to be no bullets, hard pressed to win this round. Using the wild assault to start it off.
Yeah.
There's that mix, and yep. 3-3. We all knew this was happening. This is so close here. This determines whether we go to our tiebreaker or our sudden death for Series 2, giving 9Moons the chance to still win here.
Man, if only Don't Care Bear was watching right now, he'd be rooting on the 9Moons team, hoping that Smitty doesn't die right now, but hopefully he's just watching at home right now. No, he had a work meeting, but it's all good. We're here today watching some close Happy Chaos games. Who would have expected this would be the closest set we've been seeing so far?
Yeah, definitely. And this is close. And we're on our game 7 here. This could be the last game of Series 2, or we could get sent to a sudden death best of 3, where Smitty would have to go up against Gates of Heaven's choice.
It all comes down to this final game. Don't let the nerves get to you, because we could definitely tell it's getting to both these players right now.
There's that tap dust, and using the clone to force Luke to have to burst here. Life totals are about even, but Smitty does have a resource advantage, able to get these bullets back now. Oh, and these shots off on Luke was so close.
It doesn't care about getting cursed. I love that he just ran right in and just pushed that offense. And now he's going to get a pretty nice combo. Drops at the very end, but still okay because Luke is still stuck in the corner. Blocks the wire. See, going to use that time to charge up concentration because did not have any bullets in the chamber. So not much they could have done to actually finish that combo off.
I think just close slash would have, or just like normals would have done it though. I don't think they needed the bullets to, but using it just to close it out anyway. And now Smitty is on set point here.
I guess it's maybe just a bit of uncertainty mixed in with the nerves.
Luke gets the shot off faster because of that curse.
The back throw. Okay, but Luke is going to burst right there. Jumps over the curse. Does not want to get cursed right now. And now Smitty running his way back in. No more concentration. And very low on bullets. Okay, we're going to go for a 50-50. What's it going to be? Yeah, the high blocking it, but not the cross up.
Oh, gets caught by the tap
either.
Luke doesn't have enough bullets. Has to drop the combo early to get the resources back. And Smitty going for the side switch wall break with the super.
And Smitty really is definitely just playing it very dangerous right now.
Oh,
without...
No, that's it. Oh. That's it. That's it.
Is it? No, not quite. Going to try to bait out a burst right now.
Heavily commits to that burst bait, having to spend all their meter just to get it back, but gets a gold burst off, and this is super scary for Luke. Now gets caught by the tap dust, and Smitty is going to bring us to a sudden death.
Wow. And what's so crazy is that the flex shield coming out from Luke spent so much burst that he was not able to get burst by the end of that round because it came down so close. And Smitty, 4-3, finally at the very end where it finally mattered, Smitty is able to take the third set and put us into a tiebreaker situation. This will be a sudden death. This will be a first to 3, not a first to 4, and Smitty will have to stay on the cab as Gates of Heaven decides who they want to counterpick into him.
I feel like they just put Luke back, right? I mean, I'm not on their team. I don't know what they're talking about, but Luke did so well against Smitty, and it was so close. I feel like they would be hard. Oh, they're putting Macmens up. Nice.
Huh. Okay. I think maybe their idea is that because Macmens hasn't played against Smitty before in this in both of these series, that Macmens could get the maybe get the edge on him. And we know Macmen's super aggressive on G, so gonna try to keep Happy Chaos locked down, keep him from recharging those resources. But still, they're putting their entire life here in Team League on Macmen's shoulders. So
yeah. I do know Macmens is pretty good at this Happy Chaos matchup, but even so, it's still playing against Happy Chaos is a tough ask, and already having to burst very early.
Yeah, it's already looking really bad, yet to be touched. Happy Chaos is just untouchable. And, you know, Anji is really good against zoners like Axel, right? That's why Remi had such a hard time with him. But Happy Chaos does not play like Axel. The way he zones are not strikes, so you cannot spin right through them.
Yeah, and Macmen's holding on to this burst till the next round. Smitty even trying for the burst bait. And yeah, it was very, very strong round here. Strong round one here from Smitty. Oh, the throw punish doesn't happen after the IB. And Macmen's now getting a lot started against Smitty. The jump out though, forcing Macmen's back in the corner. The gold burst whiffs, but it's so little recovery. It's so hard to punish.
Even though, even if he wasn't able to punish it, Macmen's is stuck in the corner with no burst. And this is the final round too, so Macmens is going to have to stall this out as long as possible or close it out as fast as possible.
Smitty getting that danger time. Oh, and the burst gets baited, and that's going to be Macmens stealing this round away. Very close, having to spend half a burst meter, unfortunately, but able to take the round, so it's worth it.
Looking really scary at the end right there. Oh, tried to whiff punish, but was just out of the distance to get that 2S. And now you're stuck in the corner. Get gunshot on. The gun flicked up, and Anji being launched straight into the air. Just really, really cashing out on all the risk that just built up on Macmens. Look at that red life up there.
Yeah, and using a minimal amount of gunshots in that combo means that it was super low scaling, and Macmens took a lot of damage, and Smitty is going to take game 1 here with a perfect.
The 7 golden letters.
Yeah, and just a reminder, if Smitty wins this, 9Moons wins the whole thing, because they did win Series 1.
Yeah, Macmens can't switch off either. Duck to the player you chose to counter pick, Smitty. So you're going to have to start. You're going to have to definitely adapt to how Smitty is playing. And we saw how fast Smitty can adapt. We saw him play against Luke. Both those players were just speed running, just like who can adapt faster. And they're like, at the very end, Smitty was just able to edge it out just barely.
It was so close, too. That was such a good set. But Macmens getting started here. Oh, big hit with the 2H. And Smitty getting the roll, though. Yeah, Smitty's so good jumping out of that fusion option. It's very hard for Macmens to keep this pressure going, but able to get a connect with that follow-up and a huge air throw.
Stay in the corner where you belong.
Oh, the movement here is just insane. They're both crossing each other up multiple times, but Smitty getting all their resources back. Not having a bullet, though. This is tough now. It takes one hit here from Macmens. Smitty going into danger here.
Yeah, that meter is being drained, and that's really tough because Macmens is knowing that, just keeping that aggression up, and you know, when you can't backdash as freely as you would like, you're going to have a hard time getting out of that.
Yeah, one thing I do want to say, Macmens has been insane with these counter hit 2P conversions. That is not a lot of time to react to get that 6H out, and Macmens has been able to pull it out almost every time. Smitty has no bullets, manages to get a reload off the 2K2D. Gets that tap dust.
Yeah, Smitty definitely likes to live life on the edge from what I see. Always just running out of those resources and putting himself into scramble situations where he has to find out, like, okay, when am I going to sneak in some concentration? When am I going to have to sneak in some gun reloads? Because, you know, the other player is not going to give it to them.
Oh, and big hit there into this combo, putting Macmens into the corner, having to burst. Smitty is very low on resources again, has to give up this pressure, catches with the 2K. Macmens is in a very rough spot now, but Smitty's got no bullets again.
And this could prove to be a fatal decision to not be mindful of your bullets, but yeah, they goes for the knockdown, sacrifices a bit of Oki. And yet again, okay, there you go, recharging those bullets. Yeah, yep. Gotta keep that meter in check.
Wait, that might be dead. Nope, that 5 guts really coming in handy there. Macmens having burst back, goes for the gold burst and gets punished off of it. Smitty now 1 game away from taking this whole tournament.
Yeah, an actual punish, mind you. Gold bursts aren't very easy to punish, so the fact that he was able to get it with the throw means he was ready for it, definitely.
Oh yeah, and really heads up play there too, to actually not even get close to the gold burst, because it's only -2 on block, which makes it very difficult to punish, borderline impossible. So
no, you can't really punish it, right? If
you block it, you don't really get. You can't. It's if you like instant block it in the corner, you might be able to throw, but it's not happening.
Or maybe like if they're super high up in the air when they gold burst, that might be a possibility. But yeah, it's not an easy thing to do.
Oh, using the spin into fusion there to get that started, but Smitty getting these gunshots off, and a big punish on that. Having to get those resources back, gets caught by the fish.
He blocks the fans. Yeah, counter hit 2S. Going to have to burst that one, whether he likes it or not.
Oh, big counter hit. And Anji thrives off these counter hits. They do so much damage, increases his combo routing by a lot. Smitty goes up for the throw, but Macmens techs it. And this is going to be a lot of damage onto Smitty here.
They're going to sacrifice that wall break just to get that butterfly out, get that Oki, because that, you know, that's what he needs. He wants to keep Happy Chaos in the corner. If he goes for that wall break, there is a possibility that Happy Chaos can easily just break out if he wants to. You know how good Smitty has been at just air dashing out, jumping up, air dashing out of his pressure. The moment he finds that one opportunity.
But Macmens is going to get sent through this wall here with the Wild Assault. No longer having burst on the table, using the deflect shield. Smitty getting all their resources back.
This is looking really scary. Positive bonus too. Yeah, another cap dust. Always connecting. Even in the playoffs, Macmens had a really tough time dealing with that kind of stuff. Those dusts really coming into play. And now this could potentially be the final round. A great start for Macmens though.
Yeah, this is tournament point here for Smitty, and Macmens having to burst early.
1 point for 9Moons. Has to keep that concentration in check, keep those bulls in check, using the clone as a living wall. And keeping this pressure going. Can't let him breathe once.
Oh, nice escape out of the fusion. But Smitty with no bullets again, managed to get 2 reloaded in time. But a fusion there hits. Gold Burst though! Oh, this is bad. This is bad for Macmens. Happy Chaos with Gold Burst is by far the strongest champion or character in the game.
This could potentially be the game if Macmens can't get a wall break right now or keep him in the corner.
Oh, there's that tap dust though, and Macmens is going to bring us to a game 4 here. Not out of it yet.
Yeah, but that was coming down way too close for comfort. And yeah, that final round, even with that positive bonus, Happy Chaos, that gold burst, I was convinced that like Smitty would win or at least get close to winning in that final round, because that's one of the scariest situations to be in. As any character, really, right? Unless, I don't know, you're Happy Chaos yourself.
Yeah, you don't want to be against Happy Chaos as Happy Chaos, though, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, especially when like Happy Chaos is like a take an inch, given an inch, take a mile kind of character. So like you see Smitty trying to reload and you just get shot in the face. Luke did that a lot in the previous matchup.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're very good at punishing each other. There's that gold burst again, and a gold burst back. This is going to be the most meters spent in a Guilty Gear Strive game in a while. But look at this damage already. That could be dead.
Is it? I think it might. No.
I think it's scaled, yeah. But even so, Macmens has taken no damage, and Smitty has taken almost their entire health bar.
All right, now to play the patient zoning game. Blocks the wire C counter. A big punish right there. And this could be really bad for Macmens, actually. No going to burst for the final moment right there, just before he was wall breaking. Not going to block the wire C this time. Going to get a really good backdash, though. And Smitty trying to curse him again, but that fusion is just coming in way too fast and way too far for Smitty's taste.
Yeah, that spin fusion is crazy hard to deal with. And goes crazy far, but a huge throw there from Smitty. And a nice roll. Means that this is a lot of trouble now for Macmens, getting sent through this wall with the super.
Load him up. Load Anji up with the bullets and recharge your gun while you're at it.
Oh, nice
runs
throw.
in, throws. RC, OTG getting picked up with the gun. It's still crazy how Happy Chaos can do that. I'm still surprised whenever it happens.
Oh, and that kills, and Smitty's back on tournament point here. Macmens really has to work now to make this not end for them here.
Oh
Macmens
no,
stuck at full screen.
Getting zoned out by the Happy Chaos.
That fish coming out, jailing Smitty, but getting shot. Yeah, Macmens having to burst. Oh, the blue RC evading the gunshot tracker.
It's a burst off already. And now this should be, yeah, sent through the wall right now.
Yeah, there was so much scaling on that combo, though. It didn't really do a whole lot of damage. Oh, and nice to spin on that bullet. And this should be it here. Macmens is going to give us a game 5. Not quite.
No, not quite.
Deliver. And Smitty has full meter now. This is so scary.
Just don't get opened up, right?
Oh, and the RC into the 2K going to bring us to a game 5. And Smitty has come very close to taking the whole thing, but Macmens is really trying to give us this sudden death, or this tiebreaker.
Holding on for his life. Feels scripted at this point. The fact that consistently Macmens is just getting taken down to the final round and having to claw his way back up. But now we are evened up, right? So now it's looking a lot more like 50-50, like anyone can win this at this point.
Oh yeah, you can't punish that gold burst. Macmen's actually getting the better end of it. Oh, yeah, and a burst there from Smitty. Life total's about even, but Smitty's in a very good situation here with that clone up.
Yeah, now is the time to push that aggression. When Happy Chaos has one in the chamber, even if it's all he needs, he can't just shoot it, right? He has to be a lot more careful with it. Last thing, want to get hit right now, and he gets the counter hit instead. That risk is going to start draining as he stalls for time.
Yeah, he got a YRC there. Tries to bait a YRC out of Macmens. Gets the roll through into this combo. I'm gonna get the bullets back. Oh, an IBFD there, pushing Macmens very far, and that's super negative. Smitty gonna send through the wall here with the wild assault.
What an IBFD.
Yeah, and oh, no last second burst there from Macmens, and Smitty once again on tournament point. But we've been here before, and Macmens has brought it back twice now. And a big 5H start here, and Smitty's already down to half health. Ooh, wrong answer, gets caught with the overhead. Nice blocks here, and the back throw means Smitty's stuck in this corner, or Macmens is stuck in this corner with Smitty.
Wall assault? No, we're going to go for a wall assault.
Yeah, don't want to give Macmens all that burst back. Gets the 2K2D for another wall break here.
Man, just taking him around the world at this point. I hope you brought your passport, because you're going to go straight through that wall.
And Macmens does have their burst, but this positive bonus is so hard to work through now.
Now just playing that zoning game. Is Macmens going to bite? Is he going to start moving? No, he's just content with staying there. Use the wild assault, steal a bit of burst back as it's recharging, and now has no more bullets. Spent it all on just hammering that fire button from Happy Chaos. And now
very taxing on Macmens' resources, spending a lot of meter, and gets the shot here, and Smitty takes it all for 9Moons. That was... what a way to end it there with some classic Happy Chaos gameplay. Just shooting your way through.
Coming down so close. Looks like 9Moons was able to take the victory out just ever so barely at the very end through that sudden death, beating Gates of Heaven in the very first Aegis Esports Team League.
Yeah, and
wow. What a fun 3 weeks.
This has been this was great. It's great seeing all the strategies that all the teams come up with to deal with these counter picks and everything. It was really apparent in this one, especially with how the counter picks worked so well for each team. And congratulations again to 9Moons and everyone on that team for taking the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. If you enjoyed this team league, this was the season 0, the kind of test run testing the waters. Do you all enjoy something like this? Do the players enjoy playing in something like this? I think it's really cool. I always love team formats. The strategy that goes into selecting your lineup, the strategy that goes into counter picking other people, and like the makeup of your team, who plays who, which players are good against which characters. And I think there's like a lot of interesting dynamics that can be brought out that you would never see in something like a 1v1 W limb bracket that we see all the time. So it's a really nice change of pace that we're seeing today, seeing in these past 3 weeks, with all these amazing teams stepping up to the plate and showing off what makes this format so special.
Yeah, and if you liked it, make sure to let people at Aegis Esports know, because we want to keep trying to run this. And if you liked it, try and get in on the next one too. But I think that's all we're gonna have for today. I've been MTCC.
And I'm Salty Boy.
Yeah, and we'll see you next time.